Here's my music. Hello, everybody. Can you tell the difference between Coors Light and regular Coors Light? We're going to find out tonight. I'm also going to share with you a little story. I had a party last night. I had $1 million offer. That's my kind of party. I'm going to share all that with you. And if you would like to join us tonight, you can post your questions, or you can come right on StreamYard there. There's the link. And let me get rid of that music now. Almost getting annoying. There it goes. There it goes. Good. Hello, everybody. My name's Claude Diamond. I'm the author of The Gut Sales Method. I've written 9 books on sales and lease purchasing and all kinds of different things. And this is Beer with Claude Saturday. This is kind of a fun thing I do. I don't know if you watch my YouTube short. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts. Oh my gosh, the response rate on YouTube shorts is unbelievable. You can do 15 to 60 seconds. You do them on your iPhone. There's an amazing new app on there. Let me show it to you real quick. We'll do the beer in a second. Hang in there. Hang in there. I'm getting to it. But you go right in there and you see that little button on the bottom there. There it is. And it's called Shorts. And all you got to do is click on that little plus sign. And you can just right there, you can create your own little shorts. And it's amazing how easy it is to do that. And the response rate, instead of paying somebody to make phone calls off an obscure list or buying lists or all that other stuff, scraping or just calling people who don't want to hear from you and getting 100% rejection, I believe in attracting warm prospects. And the result is an increase in my sales on my products, my informational packages, my mentoring, and my deals. So that's good stuff. Do you guys like Coors? I'm in Winter Park, Colorado, 10,000 feet up. I love it here. This is my vacation home that became, gosh, I'm here at least 6 months a year now. So I guess it's my main home. I file my taxes here. And I also live in California. It's beautiful San Diego, which I love. And next week, I'm going back to our home in Pinehurst, North Carolina. It's a place where golfers go to die. Let's look at this is Coors. This is made in Golden, Colorado. I had a party last night. My wife and I, Claudia, nice name, right? We threw a party for the neighborhood, like a block party. I bought a plethora, about $400 worth of pizzas. That's a lot of pizzas. And pizzas with pepperoni, pizzas with shrimp, the marguerite pizzas. That's with the fresh tomato on it. Hawaiian pizza. Cannot believe I had 2 Hawaiian pizzas. First ones to go. I don't know why Colorado people love Hawaiian pizza, but they do. And great little party. Someone bought ice cream sandwiches that were this thick with ice cream and cookies on top. You've never seen a dessert, and you bite into this, and it's just the ice cream just goes all over the place. And we had salads and everything. It was outside here. The temperature went down to about 55 degrees. Here it is in August. People are getting sweaters and jackets and stuff on here. These are both two. I know it's Colorado and one in Rome. Drink with I like Coors. I would prefer Coors to Budweiser or I love my Miller. I love my Miller High Life. I'm not going to disparage it, or PBR or Rolling Rock or any other. But this is just a good old American beer. And so I'm gonna open this up here, right in front of you guys, so you can watch. And don't give me. I pour fast. I like the foam. I pour fast. I love the smell, and I'm going to also pour on my other side here the Coors Light. I'm not going to be very scientific about it. I'm just going to look at both of them, smell both of them on it. And if you can see that they look, I'm not going to drop this on my laptop. Oh, man, can you imagine that? If you can see the color, it's almost the same. The foam is the same on them. I mean, they're pretty identical. Let's smell. I'm going to smell the light first, just the sniff test. And little hops, Typical American lager. I mean, a lot of foam, when you pour it hard and fast, which I like. I like to bring out the flavor. I mean, it's good old, rice. What else do they use on this thing? Let's see if they tell you. I know it's made in golden. 12 fluid ounces. Let me get out the magnifying glass. Sorry. It is 4.2% alcohol by serving, 102 calories, 5 carbs. That's the light over here, this one here. And the regular Coors, 5.5% alcohol by volume. So it's a whole point higher in alcohol. Not a big difference. 147 calories in this and 105 in this. It's not a big savings, is it? A whole 40 calories difference between the regular and the light. Very interesting. Well, let me see the carbs here. We always like to watch our carbs, don't we? Carbs are 11.7 on the regular Coors. And why did I make the print so small? And this is 4.2. Not a big difference in the carbs either. You can see they still look the same after I poured it a minute ago. Same color, Could they be the same beer? Do you think they just put the different label on it? Let me go comment. If you guys have comments or anything and you want to put them in there, feel free to do so. I'm going to try the light first. To your health, L'chaim, Prosit, Salute, Kampau. I'm gonna even say hello to my friend Dennis who came. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, Claude, Uncle Claude, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. What are you drinking? Can I buy you a beer?
Unfortunately, I don't drink.
Oh, wow. Can I have your drink then?
Well, please.
I'm doing a taste test here between Coors and Coors Light. So we're gonna find out what's going on. So to your health, sir.
Well, thank you. So which one is better?
That's what I find. I had the party I threw last night for the whole neighborhood. I do that crazy Claude stuff like that once in a while, and had all these. And I just gave all the leftover pizza. I bought boxes and boxes of pizza, and I bought cases of beer, and I have all this beer left over in my fridge. Not a bad problem. So I just had the Coors Light. It's delicious. It's refreshing. It's not an overpowering taste. This is not your father's IPA, okay? I don't think my father would. My father drank Schaefer. Okay. He didn't drink. It's an old New York City beer. Schaefer, Rheingold, Ballantine. And this is a regular Coors. Little different smell, absolutely, and a little taste. Salute. Not much difference. Sorry. Sorry, you people out there.
Regular and Coors Light, no much difference.
I mean, if you look at it, the color's the same. Slightly stronger smell, a little bit more hops maybe in the regular Coors, but not a lot of difference here in these two beers. I'll tell you what, if I put on the bottom light and regular and I mixed them up, I don't think I could taste the difference. And I don't know if I'd call myself a beer connoisseur or anything like that. Did you want to talk about beer, Dennis? Dennis with one N. Isn't it usually two N's?
Well, because it's in French.
Oh, parlez-vous français?
Je peux parler un peu le français.
Oh, très bien, très bien. Okay, that's about it. The only thing I can do, 5 languages. I can order a beer or find the bathroom. Is there?
Yeah, I mean, important, right?
What's more important? Tell me about yourself, Dennis.
Well, actually, I'm from Montreal.
Oh, okay. I love Canada. I think a lot of us.
Have you ever been in Montreal before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, what do you like the most about Montreal?
I'll tell you how dumb I was when I was in Canada, and I was it was like 21 years old. And in Canada, and when you're crossing, there's a big bridge to go into Montreal or something like that. And bridge in French, tell me if I'm wrong, is called pont. Pont. And everything. And so we got lost coming back over the bridge. And I'm going to everywhere. Do you know where the Pont Bridge is? Because it was in English and in French. So I thought it was the Pont Bridge. That was my dumb story of the day. And everything. Montreal is beautiful. I love what a great old North American city. A
Yeah, I think it's over 380 years old.
It's gotta be. It was
Yeah.
settled before the America wasn't it even settled before there were colonies in the southern North America?
Mhm.
Weren't they all the French guys over there hunting beaver and stuff like
Mhm.
that? Um,
Somehow, yeah.
oh yeah. Canada, I like Canada. Canada doesn't seem to have the problems we have. My friend Dr. Vibe is from Canada. Do you ever listen to him?
No,
Oh, he
unfortunately.
has a very popular podcast. What do you do in Montreal?
Well, I do investment in real estate,
All right.
and also, do you own any property in Montreal?
No.
Well, maybe in Quebec in general.
You know what? The way things, I'm not going to get political. I like to bring people together, not spread them apart. But the way things are going in this country, you've heard about our free tuition right now. All the
Mhm.
people who didn't want to pay their tuition get their ten to
Mhm.
$20,000 back, stuff like that. I'm thinking of buying property in Canada as a safeguard. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I would say that right now the price, because of interest rate as going up, I think slowly it will be more like a buyer's market than a seller's market.
What's the interest rate now?
I would say that for fixed term will be around 6, between 5 and 6 for 5 years.
Okay, you're talking to an old guy here. And I remember, I think it was in the 80s, we had 14, 15% interest. Talk to your dad about this, okay?
Yeah, I agree
Or your
with you.
mom. I mean, so to me, and when that kind of interest rates, I mean, the last mortgage I had was 2.9%. So
Yes.
to me, that's free money. That's like nothing.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the club. Actually,
I mean,
the best rate I got was 1.99 for five
oh
years.
my God. Do you ever see the interest rate these guys are charging?
Crazy, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not comparable. Let's put it
You're
this way.
right. It's not a fair comparison, but I'm just a point. Don't get stuck in credit card debt hell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I should buy now's a good time, or should I wait till December?
I don't know. I just feel that the majority of people, what they do right now, it's 95% of the it call investors. They're actually they're still looking for deals, like doing the calculation, make sure that the revenue covers all the expenses, and even if they make $1, for example, it's still very profitable. However,
How about if you lose $100 a month? Would you still invest in a property that you know long term will double or triple? Would it be worth it?
Again, I think so. However, it really depends on what strategy people they have the tendency to do, because the way that I invest is more likely that I want to be able to cover all my expenses. I don't want to be able, I don't want to, I mean, pull out some money every month. That's the way I see it. However, what happened is we still have deals in the area of Quebec, for example, but this is the 95% of people that are doing this, but the 5% of the people, what they do right now, it's they're buying lands. And in Quebec we still have great deals for lands. Actually, I'm talking about,
You have no people. You have places that no one's ever seen before. No,
and it's so beautiful if people really pay attention, go there and take a look, the
British
nature.
Columbia.
British Columbia is crazy,
I
actually.
love British Columbia. Biggest mistake I ever made, not buying land adjacent to Blackcomb ski area.
Mm.
One of my little mistakes there.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do the same mistakes and invest in Quebec, for example,
Uh,
because the price. I'm giving an example. I'm talking about like a 50 acre
really?
and more.
You have 50 acres in Quebec still?
But I'm not talking about. Oh, let's put it this way. I'm not talking about Quebec City, right?
Oh,
We have to be.
that's what I in my mind.
Okay, no. Hold on. All right.
Okay.
I'm talking about the
I'm
province,
thinking 50 acres in Quebec City. We'll call it Claude City. Open up a couple French baguette places.
but
Mm.
I'm talking about like lands where there's forest, for example, or where you can go hunting. You can put a nice house on top, so you can do some place where people can just go hunting,
Sure.
fishing, camping, RVing if they want. and those big lands right now, they're getting very out very quickly because the price. I'm just giving an example.
Okay.
Recently I saw something like, we're talking about 8 million square feet, around 161 acre, and it's sold under 100,000 Canadian. And you cannot imagine the whole forest, the woods that you can sell, and those kind of things.
I'm here on a house on a couple acres right now in Winter Park ski area, Colorado.
Hmm.
I got this house. I got it originally as a lease purchase for $5,000 with a 380 purchase price. It was a 3-year contract. The owner came back to me, needed money desperately. He was building a spec home and the market just dropped. So he dropped it. And I've told this story before on YouTube. The property, he dropped in one breath from 380 to 300 if I would pay him all cash.
Hmm.
And I had the cash. So I did it. And I was living, I still do. I was living in California. You know what 300,000 will buy you in California?
Almost nothing, I would say.
A cardboard box behind the Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about that. Anyway, guess that was 26 years ago. Guess what this
Mhm.
house is worth today?
Wow.
Multiply it by 10.
And yeah, easily, easily.
3 mil.
Yeah,
Three,
easily.
25 years, 300,000 to 3 mil.
Hmm.
Free and clear.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's one house, one deal. Okay. I just had this conversation with my son because he just moved. He just got a new job and he's moved. He's in Fort Collins, Colorado. And I said, let's get a property out there, because Fort Collins is just a beautiful city. So I want to share with you a deal. Last night I had this party that I threw for the neighborhood. Okay, it's a lovely neighborhood. Everybody's got beautiful homes and everything, and I just like neighbors to know each other. And so Claudia and I, my wife, we bought a bunch of beer and a bunch of pizza and said everybody's invited, and everybody came, and it was a lot of fun. So one guy goes to me because I own a couple lots in the neighborhood that I bought about 10 years ago. I
Hmm.
bought 2 lots for around 160,000 each, and the guy goes to me. This is, everybody's happy and drinking and everything. Liquor is very good for in negotiation as long as you're not the one drinking.
Yeah.
I think I might have you with me next time. So the guy goes to me, he says, every morning my wife and I go past. We found out those are your properties. They're adjacent to properties. They're a couple acres each. And he says every morning we go back, and I found out he's a developer, a contractor in Denver. And he said to me, I'd like to, if you want to sell those, I want to buy them. And I said, well, what would you give me for them? And it turned 500,000 each, $1 million for the 2 properties.
Hmm.
You
Well,
know, that's in 10 years from 160,000 each
hmm,
to 500,000 each, almost 500,000.
congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't accept.
Yeah, you can develop by yourself, right?
I don't want to develop. It's land. It sits there. It doesn't need me to do anything. Take down a couple dead trees once in a while. It's got a view of the Rocky Mountain Range and the ski area.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think 5 years from now, 10
Yeah, I
years
guess
from
the
now,
price probably will go up even more, actually.
in Colorado, they're not building any more ski areas. Do you know in Aspen, do you ever ski? Have you been to Colorado?
No, I haven't been. I wish I have the chance to
In
go.
Aspen, Colorado, if you could find a lot, and I don't think you can. If you could find a lot, I don't think you could get a small lot under $2 or $3 million by itself. If you went to Breckenridge or Steamboat
Hmm.
or any of the major ski areas, they're all up and down Route 70 here, and we're off Route 70, which is the major hot east-west highway here. I don't think you can get a small lot in Breckenridge for under $1 million
Hmm. Hmm.
anymore. So is there a better investment than a good piece of property in a ski town or a golf? See, the only investments I like right now are golf, ocean areas,
Yeah, and
ski areas.
yes, you know what? Actually, the land that I'm talking about, usually it's close rather close to a stream or a river, or sometimes in front of a lake, for example, where you can have access, which is very praised from people who likes hunting, fishing, and there's a lot of demand.
We have people who come out here to go elk, moose hunting. We have moose just like you do. Yeah,
Yes, we do. We
we have
do.
these. I run into them when I go. I run every day. I ran 10 miles today. When I go deep in the woods, sometimes I come around a corner and on a trail in the woods, and there's this bovine moose creature with these giant horns, and I do an about face and go the other way. And everything. So I like land. So that was my $1 million story I wanted to share with everybody. So you never know. You're going to have a little party, a couple $100, a pizza and Coors beer party,
And
and
then
someone
you
a
discover some.
$1 million offer on your land because he knew that he could build maybe two houses on the land and two lots. They already have water and sewer and electrical and everything's hooked up already. Okay, we have all the modern services, and any house you build on that lot will minimum raise the value of the property to
Correct.
1.5 million. What it'll be, I don't think you could build a home on a lot on those lots and sell it for less than 1.5 million anymore.
Yeah, I can agree with you.
So if he spent $1 million and he spent another 500,000 building a custom home, that's $1 million. That's $1 million per
Now,
lot.
now you're not selling on like asking a regular agent. It will be on Sotheby, right?
Yeah. Well, if you figure it this way, you paid 500,000 for the lot, you spent another 500,000 on the house. Okay. And you can build a pretty nice house for 500,000 if you know what you're doing, or have a prefab, or what do you call those, modular houses or a custom home, and you sell it for 2.5 million. You made yourself a million and a half dollars on one home. So if you have two lots, you just made $2 to $3 million.
But
Money,
usually,
if you have the money already, you can make a lot of money.
yeah, and usually lands, for example, there's no financing, right, Uncle Claude?
Why not?
Can you finance it? Because usually the financial institutions, they don't finance it.
They do here.
Oh, they do here,
Yeah,
or I mean, in
I can't
Colorado
understand.
or in Quebec.
Why wouldn't my bank that I put money in and I buy land, but I don't want to pay cash for it. Both my lots were financed by my bank, Bank of the West, down the road here.
Okay, so
They don't do that in Canada?
well, I have the tendency to believe that in Quebec, if it's a land, if it doesn't generate any revenue, we don't finance it. You have to pay one shot the whole amount.
What if you put 10, 20% down, you got great credit, and you have a shitload of money in that bank?
I
They
think in
won't
that
finance
case, that will be a different situation because at the end, the banks wants to get interest. Let's put it this way, right? They want
Sure.
to get money. However, I have the well, I guess I have to ask, but from my knowledge, from what I experienced in the past when I bought land, is usually you pay upfront, unless there's a property on top of the land. So what happened? You can finance it.
No,
However,
down here, I can finance land. I have to have good credit. I have to have some skin in the game, 10 or 20% down.
correct.
But or if your credit's not so good, you have to get a co-signer or secure it by some other equity. But
Mhm.
banks love to finance land. They use the same mathematical algorithms that they do on a house. They listen. The worst case scenario, they take the land back, and if you had 10 or 20% down, they
Mhm.
still have that little safety margin,
Correct.
and they make
Correct.
I mean, banks make money on interest on loans, right?
Correct.
So yeah, I guess there is some differences between Canada and America. Then,
Hmm.
yeah, here I've never had a
Because
problem.
well, then let me ask you, Claude, your land for the tax for for the property, uh, is it? I guess if there's no house on it, it's much cheaper, right? It's more affordable, or it's the same.
The property tax,
On the land where there's no house on it, it's still very high.
they charge a higher rate.
Okay, I'm telling you, land, for example, if we're talking about 800, 8 million square feet, the tax a year will be less than 1,000.
On my lots, it was more like 8,000.
No, okay, then it's a different way
Yeah.
calculations.
It
It's
just,
probably
it's different strokes for different
yeah,
regions
different
and
place. Yeah,
territories.
different. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I used to live in the East Coast, New York City and New Jersey, and the property taxes there are almost double your mortgage.
Yeah,
That's how crazy it is.
yeah, that's crazy.
And my wife and I escaped to San Diego years ago. We climbed the wall and went into California. That's a bad joke. And the taxes are, they had something called Proposition 13, the Gantt Amendment, back in the 1990s in California. And they dropped, property taxes are extremely low in California. It's one of the few advantages of living in California, very low property
That
taxes.
was back in the day, right?
Yeah. So we pay a low tax in San. We have a nice home there, and I don't. My wife pays all those bills. I like to make money. I don't like to do the bills and stuff. So she would know that better than me. But the taxes are very low in California on a property, and they're kind of low, and the valuation is kept low also. They don't increase it every year. Colorado here, tax is very low, but the sales tax is high. I live in a town. Are you ready? I hope nobody, you folks who are driving right now, pull over on the side before I tell you this. You will not believe. What do you think the what's your sales tax in
Well,
beautiful
our sales
Montreal?
tax is
You're
14.975.
shitting me. Oh my
I'm
God,
not
you topped
joking.
me. That's 14.9. You
Let's
said?
put it this way. Let's round it up for 15%, right, in Quebec.
How can you charge 15 per? You mean if I buy I just went, if I go into McDonald's and I get a $10 Happy Meal, it's really going to cost me 11.50,
11.50, yeah,
a buck and a half.
correct.
That, oh my gosh, that's.
Well, what's your tax rate? What's your
I thought I was going to be bragging here. You topped me.
No, I got it.
Here in Winter Park, we have a supplemental city tax, and our county and state and everything 11.2.
Okay.
Which is still nuts. You buy a car or something like that, is another 11.2% on top of it. I made a big deal on a YouTube short last week. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts, and I showed the receipt for my Big Mac. I got a Big Mac. It was $9.72 or something like that. But when they added the tax onto it, it was $11.50 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, where do you get the nerve putting a $1.20 on a hamburger? They're going crazy with
I
the
guess the
taxes, huh?
government needs the money, right?
Well,
Living in a
you have
nice
to pay.
place, it's safe, it's nice. People have great education, I guess. So they have to rack those taxes, right?
Yeah. So your so okay, well, you guys got socialized medicine there, so somebody's got to pay for that, and that's probably does that come out of the sales? I'm serious. Does it come out of the sales tax?
I guess part of it, yeah, I believe so. I believe so. However, if you're buying home property, for example, in Quebec, you don't pay taxes. You don't need to unless it's a brand new construction. Besides that, if you buy something that there's people who's been living there before and they're selling to you, you don't need to pay that.
Are your property taxes high?
Not depending on the location. I would say that it's fair. It's fair. It's not that expensive. But again, if we have to compare, then we have to do some like comparisons. Like tell me exactly a condo, for example, in downtown Montreal and a condo in downtown, like a place in Colorado, and depending on the square feet, and then we can evaluate how much we
Okay. How about Toronto? I love Toronto.
Toronto, it's crazy.
What a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city. Yeah, very
Business.
expensive. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Toronto, Vancouver. You know what? I just feel that among all the major city in Canada, Montreal is still very affordable compared to those major city.
And you hardly have any kind of winter there.
Pardon me?
You have a very short winter there, right?
In Montreal, well, again, it's like starting from December, I would say, up to April.
Here in Colorado, I'm 10,000 feet up. We have a 6-month winter.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Okay. It's already, the other morning, it was 37 degrees here. It's August.
Yeah.
But then it warms up to a whole 70, 75. Then the sun goes down. No mosquitoes. It kills them all really fast. Yeah. And we can start seeing snow here literally in late September, early October. We can start seeing snow on the
Well,
mountain.
we can see October. Like it depends. After Halloween, I would say that usually you can sometimes you see some snow starting October, well, ending of October, November, December, up to March, April, May. You don't see that.
What's your favorite strategy, Dennis?
My favorite strategy?
Yeah, what's the way you like to do business? Lease purchase, subject to, cash. You like to, are you a flipper,
I
a
have a
rehabber?
tendency to believe that wholesale it's probably one of the best option.
Okay.
However, you have to create that relationship from the beginning with the seller. And it's
Relationships are important.
extremely important to seed, and it's extremely important to give value, to explain exactly, because I feel that a lot of especially the people who has a lot of lands, um, they're no longer, they're not young people, they most likely they're a little bit older. And if you create that connections, you talk to them, and if you have a project that you want to submit and you want to bring them part of it, sometimes they want to move forward with you and allowed you to make an offer. And usually it's not even about the price. Sometimes terms is extremely important, where it allows us to take time to talk with the city and see if there's a way to come out with a nice project where the city will approve, and then you can move forward and working all together.
So when you say wholesale, to me, the word I use is arbitrage. It's my favorite word. I'll get a property under a contract, okay, with right of assignment, no problem, everything up front, locked in the price, and then I will take, and it can be a rent-own lease purchase, or it can be an all-cash deal. I got it under a contract, and I start calling up people, and I just sell the contract, and they do the heavy lifting. They do the repairs, they do the finance, they do it. I just make the small money in between and just sell the contract. That to me, that's one of my favorite. That's called arbitrage.
Okay, for me, the way that I wholesale is more likely I get a deal for example, a property, and I'll see what I can build on top, and then I'll see if there's some investor who are interested. And later on, if there's a demand, I'll probably just sell it to the developer.
Okay.
That's how I usually do it.
Okay. Do you ever sell it retail to somebody who wants to live in the property? I can do this with a lease purchase. I've written a couple books about optioning and utilizing a lease with an option. And I'll take a property, I'll negotiate. My favorite is a 3-year contract. Okay, maybe even full price, not a great price, but a fair market price, but very good terms. Maybe a little under the market rent, maybe a discount or a rent credit built in, maybe even owner financing if the owner wants to hold the mortgage for 8, 9, 10%. And I'll build that in, and I'll sell that to a family that's not ready to buy a home, but they want to have the opportunity in the future. And so I can take that contract, I can sell that for maybe 10% of the value of the property.
Right.
And I'm done. I don't have to collect the rent. They pay the owner directly. They buy it from the owner when they want, or they move out. And I'm very good at finding and negotiating those kind of deals.
I feel that when you're a middleman and you're doing those transactions between the seller and the buyer, I mean the person, the client, I mean the person who rent, I think it's always the best position.
The middleman is the best man.
I agree.
Okay. Can I use man? Is that an offensive pronoun now, or is that all right still? I'm being silly. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
Too much beer, right?
I'm getting too many emails with people. Do you see how people sign their emails now? They have the multiple pronouns at the end. How they want. I'm in the wrong friggin' universe. Okay, I need a rocket ship. I got to get hold of my friend Elon Musk and get to another friggin' planet. Okay. This world is becoming too difficult for me lately.
Well, I
I'm getting into trouble territory, Dennis. Don't get sucked into my.
no. Don't get me wrong. Actually, I totally agree with you. Sometimes when I see the news in U.S. And also in Canada, actually, let's put it this way, it becomes a little bit silly. I feel that yeah, it's sometimes it's too much. I guess it's about education, but also, do we put the right people to educate the next generation? Have to.
How about just treat everybody with respect and stop worrying about labels and everything? You know, people are people. You know, it doesn't really. I got into trouble. I'll tell a story. I've never told this before. I probably shouldn't tell it this time either. There's a reason I didn't tell this story.
I'm so blessed. Thank you.
I'm in San Diego, and I'm at a meeting in San Diego with 3 women that I've known for a long time. And I came up to them. I walked in the room. Hi, girls. How are you? That's not the way I got into trouble for saying hi, girls. And I asked my wife, what did I do wrong? I know these women. It's not like they were strangers or I was trying to be disrespectful. Hi, girls. How are you? You know, happy-go-lucky Uncle Claude. Well, that's not really appropriate. That's not really right. What? I'm in the wrong universe, Dennis. Help me. Did that sound wrong to you? Tell me, I can take it if I'm out of line.
Well, listen, I don't think there's a problem with that. Are they women or are they girls?
Yeah, they were grown women. They were in their 40s and stuff.
Okay, like I think.
Hi, girls. You know, they knew me. I wasn't a stranger picking them up. It was a business meeting, and hi, girls. Yeah, you do. That's not right. You can't. My God! Did I get a rash? You know what?
Well,
and I went to my wife. Did I do anything wrong? She said, absolutely. And my wife, God bless her, she said, absolutely not. They know you. It's not like, you know, maybe that would be. I don't understand. So I don't even know why we're on the subject, Dennis. Why did
you say
brought it up?
Hi, girls. You didn't say hi, like,
hey, babe.
Yeah, right.
You know. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. My friend Tom Brooks came on. Claude, good to see you. Hi, girls, laughing out loud. Bad. Tom, come online here. Tell me what I did wrong. I'm willing to learn. I can change, okay? Now tell me what I did wrong. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with that. I know some women in their 50s, 60s like being called girls, but they are girls, and they're familiar girls. Okay. You know, I see a bunch of guys that, hey, boys, how are you? How's it? What's wrong? I'm in the wrong century. I think I need to go back. What's that movie? That DeLorean, that gull-shaped car. You go back to the future.
Yeah.
Maybe what do you think it's going to be 50 years from now, 100 years from now? Oh my gosh.
Well, they have the intention to implant some items inside our body, like
oh yeah, we're gonna buy. Are we gonna buy? Great topic. Are we gonna have bionics? You may remember the $1 Million Man?
Oh, back in the day, yeah. I was a kid actually when I was watching that.
Yeah, that's an old TV show.
Enhance their all the ability, the sensitivity to be able to hear in a long, like a high distance. Long distance. Yeah. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I want that Star Trek stuff where I can beam wherever I want to go. If I want to have dinner in Portugal tonight or Spain, hey honey, are you up for tapas tonight?
There you go.
Yeah, and we go right there. We're in Spain and we're eating. We're there in Madrid and we're having. I want that. I'm ready. I want that to happen. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that stuff. We went to breakfast a couple of weeks ago. And the guy who was our sir, it was a young guy and everything. And he had, I'm not kidding you, he had the hubcaps from my old 56 Chevy in his earlobes. I mean, he had these big old, his earlobes were stretched down to his chin. I mean, he had these hubcaps in his ears. And I didn't make a judgment. I laughed, but I did not make a judgment. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you mix Coors Light with regular Coors. This is what the truth comes out finally. What's going on? Tell me about life in Canada. You have these marvelous restaurants, don't you, in Montreal?
In Montreal, we have a lot of very nice restaurants.
You
And
have
recently,
do you have a French? You must have wonderful French restaurants there.
there's plenty, actually. There's plenty. There's
I
one
love French
restaurant,
food.
it's called Toque, 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 with an accent, and it's probably one of the most famous restaurant. I mean,
Ooh.
highly recommended. They're doing fancy stuff. The chef is carefully select his product, his produce every day, double check. If we have to categorize, like you're aware about the Michelin star, right?
A Michelin star,
Sure,
sure.
correct. But in Canada, they don't have Michelin stars. But I would say that they probably will get like easily a 2 Michelin star
Okay.
in that restaurant.
Now,
There's many different
they must have
restaurants.
Michelin star. They have Michelin stars in Canada, don't they? They're awarded, I think, by some French society, aren't they?
I'm not too sure. I know that in France, yes. In Japan, they do. In US, I probably believe that also. But in Montreal, Canada, I'm not sure. However, they have also review books that you can purchase and read it, and they kind of assign a couple star because some people are very like they're foodies. They kind of create their own books and share. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
this restaurant they probably one of the best in Montreal. Otherwise, if you like steaks, all right, if you like
Oh
nice
yeah.
steaks, you have
Oh
to go
yeah.
to Old Port, and there's a restaurant, Old Montreal, I would say. It's called Gibby's. Gibby's is also a very, very good restaurant.
How about a nice Kobe ribeye?
Kobe ribeye.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, baby.
let me share with you a story,
Wait.
Uncle
Hold your
Claude.
story. Hold your story. I've got one wonderful late Christina, my friend Christina. Hi, girls. There is nothing wrong with that. And if Christina says it's okay, then thank you, Christina. Christina, here. You can have a sip of my Centenario tequila. Here you go, Christina. Thank
Well,
you.
you know what, Uncle Claude? Maybe it's because of your energy, your tonality that just impressed those girls. Say, oh, what
It didn't
happened?
impress them. They were mad at me. I was a bad guy there, and I love everybody. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I never want to offend. I never want to hurt anyone's feelings or ever be disrespectful. I like to make people smile. Even when I do business with people, I like it at the end. We shake hands or God, before COVID, hug, a big bear hug or something. I think we can do business civilized and laugh and smile and have a good time together. I never would want to intentionally hurt anybody
Totally agree with
on it.
you. Totally agree with you.
But today, I'm every now and then I'm a little, whoa, what do I say? You know.
Well, we're talking about food, so let me share with you a story because
I'm
you
sorry.
mentioned
I tend to do that. I cut you off before. I apologize. Christina said thank
no,
you.
no,
Thank
it's
you,
fine.
Christina. Come and join us if you like, Christina. Here's my StreamYard link if you want to come on. There we go. Go ahead. I interrupted you 3 times, Dennis. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You mentioned about Kobe beef, right?
Oh
Kobe
yeah.
ribeye.
Do I love that?
Let me tell you, in Canada, I don't believe that there's many restaurants that allowed you to get the license to import Kobe beef because Kobe beef you have to order a certain quantity in order to import because the Japanese when they export their products they want to
Mhm.
make sure that that company will take care of the piece of meat to explain and also make sure that they order a certain amount of quantity before they grant you the license of it. So we're so lucky in Montreal that there's a restaurant. It's called Park Restaurant, Park
Mhm.
Victoria, Park Restaurants in Westmount, and they do have the license to import Kobe beef.
There
And
was a North American version of Kobe beef. They have a different name for it. Help me
well, I
out.
would say Kobe. Yeah, it's called Wagyu. Wagyu.
Wagyu. Thank you. You're so
Wagyu.
smart. Thank you. Yes,
Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Wagyu, you can get it anyway. Well, you can get a lot from different places.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
in Quebec, we do have a company who do Wagyu beef. However, when you mentioned about Kobe, it's so branded, all right? It's so exclusive that
It's so
it's
good.
very few people who can have it.
And it's so. What was the name of that restaurant you were talking about
I was
before?
talking about it's called Park Restaurant.
Let
P
me
A RK. It's also a very talented chef that
and it's in Montreal or
it's
also
Westmount. Oh, it's still Montreal, in the island of Montreal, but it's a different area, I would say.
Let's see if we can find it here and take a look at it for a second. You're making
And
me
usually
hungry here.
I believe whatever price they sell you, they are not making money by selling you the price for Kobe beef. It's just to attract people to go to the restaurant. But the price, because if it's too expensive, nobody will order it. But at the same time, they kind of have that products available for people who want to try.
Let me see here. I have some pictures here. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Share screen. Here we go. Tell me if you can share. And tell me if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen. Park Restaurant.
Can you see the Park Restaurant?
Yeah.
Look at that.
On their menu, they do have Kobe beef.
Let's see. Let's go to their menu here. Oh, they got sushi, salmon.
Yeah, it's a sushi place.
Oh, look at that. Ooh, I love sushi. Okay, the menu. Okay, where's the steaks here? Come on, guys. Wait, a number. They got high ratings, very high ratings.
Oh, can you see there's a menu section next to photos? Go up, go up. I mean your mouse. There we go, menu. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Dinner. Oh. Okay, edamame, $8. Not so bad. Is that $8? That's $8 Canadian, or?
I think Park. It's one of the.
No, it's a dollar sign. It's American.
Canadian.
Right?
No, it's Canadian dollars.
They use the same dollar sign to designate Canadian dollars.
Oh, they put CA, right?
Yeah. Okay. And, that's why. Okay. See, I'm learning something. See, full menu. Let's see here. Okay, let's go. Let's get hungry here. Oh, we'll start off.
We don't see that picture. Unfortunately, we should go to his website directly.
Oh, isn't this it?
No, this is yellow.
Oh, this is Open Table. Okay.
Open Table, yeah.
Let's just go 1 second. Just see the prices here. We'll make everybody. I like. Oh, they have shrimp tempura. Not one piece, $7. You're going to get about 8 pieces, I think, right? Oh, I'm not going to get one little miserable shrimp. So $35 just for the shrimp tempura, right? Bluefin Yuko, $31. That sounds caviar. Look at that sushi rice panis, caviar. Oh, that looks good. I love caviar. Let's see here. Filet mignon, $68. What's the Canadian dollar to the American dollar now?
I think it's 75 cents.
Oh, okay. So this is more like $80, the $90 then.
No, sorry. I mean, for $1 Canadian it's equivalent to 75 US.
Oh,
75 cents US.
Okay, so for me, for my dollar, this 114 Canadian is going to be really about 140.
Less than that.
Less than that, but it's still.
It will be 80 something. Will be 80 something.
But look at the size of the steak. Wait a second, I missed the big thing here. It's only 2 ounces.
Yes.
You know what 2 ounces is? It's nothing.
Tiny.
An 8-ounce steak is $454 Canadian.
Oh my God, Uncle Claude! I will share with you the best restaurant in the area of Montreal. The restaurant is called Yasu Sushi. All right, Yasu Sushi. YASU Sushi.
Okay.
It's in South Shore of Montreal. It's in Brossard. It's probably one of the best restaurants you will ever encounter.
Well, let's ask Christina.
They have great quality of the produce, and everybody that goes there, they're always happy and smile after they go to that specific.
Christina, would you pay $458 Canadian, which that's got to be about $550 American, then, right?
No, it's
Oh my
less.
god.
Oh, it's less?
It's less. Yes. Canadian dollars is it's worth less than US.
Okay, so $458 American, $395. Let's compromise.
Yeah.
For an 8
I mean,
ounce steak. 8-ounce steak.
$100 Canadian, it's $75 US.
Okay. That's still $395 for an 8-ounce steak. Christina, on your best day, you won the lottery. Would you spend $375-$85 for a really good Wagyu steak?
I'd rather just fly to Japan. Shoot.
Yeah, fly to Japan, get a good Kobe steak, right?
And I'm pretty sure it'll be cheaper over there in Japan too, with the flight included.
Yeah.
I mean, oh Lord.
God, I just booked some more flights today. Oh my gosh, because I got to go to North Carolina. And the last time I flew, because flights are, it's like $600 or something like that. Today I got a $108 flight, nonstop from Denver to to Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. $108. I don't know how I got it, but our airfares are finally coming down a little. Have you guys got any? I have to travel for my business and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, for a while there, all the airfares were double and triple what they used to be. Christina, how are you? You look great.
I'm doing well. Thanks, Claude.
Thank you for your support. I can say hi, girls, now.
Yeah.
Let's ask.
I used to work at a restaurant, and I would be like, hey, girly, or hey,
hey, sweetheart. Hey, honey.
Yeah, sweetheart, chica.
I don't do that because
no, the one that would bother me was like the hey babe, like, can I get this and this, and be like, no, let's start over.
Let me ask you a question, and you can say whatever you want. Does the age, if it's an old guy, he's a veteran with the cap on, he's 85 years old, and he says, hey, sweetheart, could you get me a cup of coffee, darling?
Oh, yeah, like, the age totally changes things. Like, yeah, like, if someone my age told me that, I'd be like, no.
How about Kerry Kennedy? If he goes, hey, sweetheart, hey, honey, give me a martini right now. What are you gonna say?
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Hey, Mr. K, did we make you folks hungry? We're talking about those Canadian steaks there.
I had a poke bowl yesterday. So
tell everybody what a poke bowl is. I know what it is, but I don't think everybody. Maybe those folks in North Carolina don't know what it is.
It's basically like sushi in a bowl, but it was originated in Hawaii. So it's sushi rice. You get your toppings of either salmon, tuna, spicy tuna, tofu. You get edamame on it. What else? Avocado, spicy mayo. You got your pickled ginger.
In Hawaii, they have poke trucks by the beach, and they make it fresh caught, and they make it fresh, right? And you do the fresh lime on it. And oh my gosh, it's so good. Kerry Kennedy loves it, right?
Yes.
Sure. Have you had poke? Seriously, it's delicious. Fresh tuna tastes. Tell me if I'm crazy, Dennis. Fresh tuna tastes like steak to me. And it's really fresh. Doesn't it have a meat-like quality to it? What do you think, Christina?
Yeah, the texture of it.
It's just the texture, and it has no fish taste really to it.
Oh no. It's fresh, yeah.
Oh yeah, fresh tuna. I love it. It's hard. You got to get it super fresh, though. That's the thing. I don't want that. I don't want that frozen stuff.
Oh yeah, no. Catch it yourself.
Yeah.
You know how to fish, Claude?
I'm sorry?
You know how to fish?
No, I know how to go to restaurants and order. I don't fish. I was running today, and we have the river, a tributary off the Colorado River, and there's all these guys with the boots and the waders and these expensive fishing poles, and they're all fishing, and none of them had any fish. I run by the river, so I kind of look at all that stuff because they go for trout fishing out here, out in the wild. Ah, Kerry, let me give you your 5 minutes of fame there. What's the North Carolina report? Gotta hit your button. Oh, he might have froze. I think he froze. Okay, no big deal. I'm hungry now. Has anyone here? This is on my. I have never had a tomahawk steak. Have you guys ever watched YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And it's called a tomahawk. It looks like a hatchet. It's a giant steak with a long bone coming out of it, and they're about $200. Okay, probably more in a
you know what? You probably have to keep the bone at the end. So if you have animals, for example, like a dog, you can treat.
No, me. I'll eat it. For a $200 steak, I'll eat it. Okay. Have you ever had that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's called a tomahawk steak. It's
maybe in your local supermarket they do sell it, so you can.
No, I don't. Maybe in California they would at a Whole Foods or something like that.
I think Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. God, I miss Trader Joe's. I love that. Here, let me show you guys. Let me get some pictures here for you guys. Here, I'm going to share the screen. I'm hungry tonight. This is dangerous. When I'm hungry, this is dangerous for me to show pictures and stuff. Let me see if I can do this. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how beautiful that. Oh, let's get this picture. Any carnivores in the audience tonight? Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me that's not beautiful. See, this is what happens when you run 10 miles a day in the mountains. You get real. You start dreaming about food. You dream about food. Absolutely. Whoa, look, he's got his bar. Show us that barbecue pit, Kerry. I like that. Is that a barbecue or one of those? What do you call that? Fire pits.
Yep, propane fire pit.
Oh, propane's cheating. Best barbecue in the world. You guys are going to laugh. I got rid of my really expensive stainless steel propane barbecue with the side burners and the heat, this gigantic thing, and I got myself a little Coleman Smoking Joe. Anybody here barbecue? Oh God, Kennedy! I thought I lost you, Kerry. I insulted you there. I've got a Coleman. I put in the coals. I like the whole procedure. Setting up the coals and getting the fire going and all that good stuff. That barbecue pit looked nice though. Out there. He's got a nice place. Very good. Well, we're almost we got 2 minutes left. Anybody want any questions or anything I can help you guys with? We've talked about beer, food. Dennis kept getting into politics. I talked about how I got into trouble girls. We learned a little bit about Canada tonight. How's your French, Dennis?
I believe it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Quebec is really? I mean, can you get by with English with English and bad French like I live with?
Well, people will understand what you will say.
Okay.
And, yes, absolutely. And not only that, it's most likely, I would say, if you're in Quebec, if you speak English, people will serve you. People will understand.
Okay. I was in Claude and I have been to France and Paris and everything, and it was remarkable. And Germany and Amsterdam, we've been all over, and it's remarkable in Europe. Everybody speaks English.
Okay. Yeah.
To a certain extent, it's really it's amazing. English is really the English of the language of the world now. It used to be French.
Yeah.
You can really get by. But if they see you try, if you say please or thank you in their language, I think, it's a sign of respect. San Diego, my Spanish gets better and better every time I go back. It's very handy to know. ¿Dónde está la cuarto de baño? I mean,
¿Cuánto cuesta?
Yeah. Una cerveza, por favor, señora.
Una tequila, por favor.
See, it's all you need. What else do you need to know?
True.
Gracias and de nada, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. How about and sooner or later I'm going to learn how to talk Southern when I go back to North Carolina. Somebody once told me when you go to North Carolina and someone says, "Well, bless your heart," it doesn't really mean what it sounds like. I love to travel. And we haven't gone anywhere in 2 years, have we? I haven't really, except for a few business things.
Well, Uncle Claude, if you have the chance to come to Montreal, I'll be.
I love Canada. I'm coming. I'm staying at your house.
It will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure.
What's a hotel room? Last question before we go. What's a hotel room cost in Montreal?
I don't place. Well, probably $100.
That's so reasonable. A good hotel, a nice one.
Yeah, it's a good hotel. I think so.
Wow, that's so reasonable.
If you want, I think maybe Airbnb can find a good deal.
Oh, do you know what it cost in New York City to get a decent, clean room? I don't think you can get a room per night under $350.
Oh my goodness!
Starting
price.
Yeah, absolutely. If we stay at Kerry Kennedy's Airbnb, there, how much does a night cost, Kerry?
Right now about $225.
Really?
You don't have a special price if we mention Claude Diamond. It's been referred.
Well, I'll drop it down to $150.
Thank you, Kerry. Afford a propane barbecue tonight.
That's it.
That's it. Can you cook on that, or is that strictly for?
You could cook on it. We do s'mores and marshmallows, all kinds of good stuff.
Let's go. Last thing before we go. Describe a s'mores gut style. You want to sell me a s'mores? Okay, I've never had a s'mores before, Mr. Kennedy. What do they taste like? What do they smell like?
Imagine taking a delicious dark Hershey bar, smothering it between 2 graham crackers and a hot oozing marshmallow that you squeeze between your dark chocolate.
This is Hershey a family show. Be careful.
With your marshmallows, and you put that together, and then you put it. You're already starting to salivate. You take your first bite, and you go, "Oh, what? That's awesome."
Oh, you did you give him a round. That was very good. Someone last night at we threw an outside party for the neighborhood last night. Someone brought ice cream sandwiches. I've never seen ice cream. These were 2 giant chocolate chip cookies. I mean, real, not Chips Ahoy. I mean, real cookies. And in between was almost 2 inches of ice cream. Have you ever seen an ice cream sandwich like this? I mean, you needed 2 hands to hold it. And they bought a whole free cooler container of these chocolate and vanilla ice cream sandwiches. Have you ever seen anything like this? And you bite into it, and the ice cream is just going all over the place. And you're biting into the cookie and the cold ice cream, and you're outside. It's 50 degrees. It's a little cool anyway. This was the best thing I've ever tasted. It was amazing. Oh, we got somebody with a Simon Smith. Hi, Simon. I own one of your ebooks. It's great. I came late, so I'll save my real question for the next session. And you should eat a s'more, but give it time to cool off. It is lava. Good tip of the day there. So if you bite into it too fast, does it all the chocolate and the marshmallow? What do they just go down your shirt and everything, or what happens? Is it dangerous?
Oh yeah.
I like white shirts like you do, t-shirts. That's what I usually wear. I'm like a magnet for stains.
But it's very good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for joining my new Canadian friend, lovely Christina, who supported me when I said hi, girls, and Kerry Kennedy, always showing off with his new toys.
Thanks, Claude.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Thanks a lot. Take care. How do we say goodbye in Canadian? Do you have any?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. There we go.
À bientôt.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thanks everybody else for joining us.